Shri R. Sachithanantham ji. R. Sachithanantham.
I rise to speak on the Shanti Bill 2025. The very name Shanti, meaning peace, immediately reminds us the irony embedded in this legislation. Much like Operation Smiling Buddha, this bill carries a name that suggests peace, while in reality it represents the absence of it. In fact, the name appears to symbolize not peace for the people, but the government's deep and continuing love for privatization. Honorable Speaker, sir, after repealing the Atomic Energy Act 1948, the Atomic Energy Act 1962 was enacted. Subsequently, this act was amended 3 times in a progressive manner. Each of these amendments gradually broadened the scope of the nuclear power generation, which was originally confined strictly to the central government. However, even with these amendments, the core principle remained intact, that atomic energy must be used solely for the welfare of the people of India. The atomic energy clearly ensures the nuclear power is the strategic national resource meant to serve people interest, national security, the people's welfare. Unfortunately, the proposed Shanti Bill 2025 departs fundamentally from this principle. This bill discloses the dangerous shift where atomic energy is no longer centered on public welfare, but it is being redirected towards corporate welfare, that is especially for Honorable Speaker, sir. What is most alarming is that the sector, which was so far remained under 100% control of the central government, is now being systematically opened up to complete private domination. Commissioning of the first prototype fast breeder reactor at Kalpakkam by 2026 marks a major milestone in our 3-stage nuclear program. It proves that the public sector institutions like Bhavini and NPCIL are fully capable of expanding nuclear power safely and indigenously. Kalpakkam stands as a symbol of India's scientific self-reliance, where indigenous design, fuel fabrication and reactor technology have been achieved without dependence on the foreign or private players. This success strengthens our strategic autonomy and showcases the strength of public sector research and manufacturing. Today, India's nuclear capacity is steadily growing from 8.18 gigawatt to projected 55 gigawatt and ultimately 100 gigawatt, entirely through public investment and strictly regulatory oversight by the AERB. In this context, the Shanti Bill and the move to privatize nuclear power is unnecessary and dangerous. Nuclear energy involves high-risk technologies like fast breeder reactors and radioactive waste management, which cannot be driven by profit motives. This is not merely a policy change, it is a profound shift in the philosophy of the governance. Atomic energy is not an ordinary commercial commodity. It concerns national safety, environmental security, and the future of our people. Handing it over to private corporate interests raises serious questions about accountability, safety, and sovereignty. Through you, sir, I seek clarify from government of several serious concerns regarding the entry of the private sector into nuclear power generation. Who will supply the nuclear fuel to private nuclear power plants? Will it be imported by private entities or supplied by the government? How will spent fuel be stored, monitored and controlled? What mechanism will ensure the long-term safety and security of spent fuel? Who is bear the responsibility, sir? One minute, sir. Who will bear the responsible for the decommissioning the nuclear fuel plants after completion of the 40-year life cycle? In the unfortunate event of the nuclear accident, who will bear the nuclear liability and compensate the affected public? Honorable Speaker, sir, I wish to draw the attention of the House to reports published in the New York Times regarding the nuclear device that has installed in the Nanda Devi region of Himalayas and subsequently went missing. It was reported that the device contained nearly 1/3 of the plutonium used in the Nagasaki atomic attack. Even today, local leaders and communities fear that the plutonium from the last device
Hanumanji,
may have
Beniwal
entered
ji,
a glacier, posing a
take your
serious threat to the
Hanuman ji,
people
baith ke baat
living
kariye.
downstream.
Hanuman
Sir,
Beniwal
even
ji,
in the case of,
baith ke
just 1 minute, sir, case of the government owned a nuclear device, no authority has taken responsibility to this day. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, sir, I strongly urge the House to carefully examine the true intent of the consequences of the Shanti Bill 2025 and to ensure that atomic energy remains a public asset used strictly for the welfare of the people of India and not for the profit of the few corporates. Thank you very much, sir.
Sri Ravindranath Behra ji.
Thank you, Chairman Sahib, for